You laughed when the number 8% of revenue was going to the athletes, when that number was thrown on the table.
I didn't laugh. It pissed me off.
Okay, it pissed you off. Yeah. Okay, well, sometimes laughter is anger. Like
right, no doubt about it. That was anger.
What scoffed? You scoffed at that number. So what would be?
What I said was, I hope they're talking about Connor when they say 8% of the revenue is going to the fighters. I'm sure they meant Connor. First of all, that guy that said it is a really bad guy. Really bad guy. Ask anybody. I mean, not only in the mixed martial arts business.
You're talking about Bjorn Rebney, right?
Bjorn, yeah. So, one of the classiest legends ever in the sport of boxing. Intelligent guy, super classy, Sugar Ray Leonard. Ask him what he thinks of Bjorn and what type of a person he is. You know you're a bad guy when you get chased out of boxing and you got to go to another sport. He got bought out because of his company in MMA because the network couldn't stand him because he's a bad guy.
So what would you put the number at if it's not 8%?
Lorenzo put the number out there before. And our numbers line up with sports our size.
What numbers did Lorenzo
Major League
put out
Soccer,
there?
Sports our size. This company, this sport, you can really look at the sport.
Why are you not giving me a number?
Has been here for 16 years.
But
because what I won't do is give you an inaccurate number.
Right, but you said Lorenzo put a number.
So
what number did he put?
Do your homework. You're a friggin' reporter.
Okay,
do your homework. Hey, if you're going to ask me that question, do your homework.
So what, like I'm a lawyer and you never ask a question you don't know the answer
reporter.
to? I asked the question.
You are a reporter.
No, but I'm more interested now in why you wouldn't give the number as opposed to what the number is. Because the number that Lorenzo puts out, to be honest with you, isn't necessarily the number. I'm not calling him a liar, but a liar at all. But people negotiate. Like if you hear the numbers, if Gary Bettman, the commissioner of the National Hockey League, puts out a number, it doesn't mean that number is 100% correct. It means that's the number that he wants people to hear. I mean, that's business, right?
Yeah, but let me tell you one thing that you don't do in the fight business. You don't lie about stuff like that, okay? Because, first of all, Lorenzo was always the numbers guy in the company. Always handled all the numbers and did all that. He sat down for an hour and 30 minutes with ESPN, grilling him. Lorenzo slapped them around in that interview. Everything they said, he had the answer for, and he nailed it. You know what I mean? I don't know the exact number right now. If I did, I would tell you. Okay. The numbers were never my thing.
If the phone...
And right now we have a CFO. We have a new CFO. And if I had the number, I'd give it to you. But if you're going to ask me that question as a reporter, you should have went out and looked that up. Because it's out there.
But I didn't intend to ask you that. As a reporter, well, not really a reporter, as an interviewer, I listen to your answers and then I go, okay, well, what is that number? As opposed to I came in here. If I knew the number, I would have said it. I was just following up on what you said, which I think is legit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well,
you knew you were going to ask me that question.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, you're such a genius. That one just came off the top of your head, and the bright, intelligent interviewer that you are, that thing just went right off the top of your head.
It's interesting that you have tried to do good defense with a good offense, which is, okay, I don't remember the numbers, so I'm going to challenge Landsberg.
I don't know the exact number, so I would never say it unless I absolutely positively knew what the number was.
What happens if Bjorn called you on the phone and one of your very talented staff that we deal with all the time said, hey, Bjork's on the phone. Would you take the call?
Sure. But he's got no reason to call me. Why would that guy call me?
Well, only because he's now running the association, right? Oh, yeah. Or he's involved in the association. So it is potential that he would call you. I'm not justifying, I'm not saying he's anything that you've described him as. I'm not saying he's not that. But there is a world that he would pick up the phone and call you because you would have...
I doubt it. He and I have been in the same business for a while now. He's never picked up the phone and called. He's a bottom feeder. That's what that guy is. He's a bottom feeder. He's a guy that he's not out to make any real deals. The guy's out to make money. And I say this all the time about the fighters. And when they ask me about unions or associations, these guys are grown men and women. They can do whatever they want to do. And as a fighter, there's a lot of people that are trying to put their hands in your pocket. Be careful whose hand you let go in your pocket, especially a guy like that. And I think that's the major mistake this association made is having this guy be involved. It blows all credibility of what you say you're trying to do. And the thing in the past used to be, let's start an organization, and we'll go out and we'll compete against the UFC. The new thing is now, let's start an association or a union. There's 3 of them out there, right? And all 3 claim to be out for the best interest of the fighters. They're all fighting with each other. They're suing each other. They're hitting each other with cease and desists. It's hilarious.
Have you spoken to John Jones?
I have not.
Okay. Any reason in particular?
John Jones isn't fighting till this summer. Yeah.
So if I asked you how he's doing, then it would be impossible to answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
UFC 206 in Toronto tomorrow night, and the preliminaries on TSN. That's why it says UFC, Sports Center, TSN, Dana White.
Pleasure.
We shake hands or do we tap?
Oh, whatever. We can do both.